Hey guys, welcome to episode 4.2 where we're doing the over fender build. I'm gonna get straight into it on this one, so not wasting a lot of time. I got the hot glue gun heating up, and I also wanna see how wide these over fenders are actually gonna be. I have this level mounted up to the tire, and I wanna see how far it's sticking out from the factory fender. Kinda got a rough estimate from a tape measure, but I'm gonna use this old trusty Pittsburgh dude. So, turn it on, make sure it's set to millimeter. And I know it's roughly, turn it to 35 because I know that's about what it is. Yeah, close enough. Yeah, close enough. All right, so come over here. Gonna stick this little dude right there. And yeah, right on the money. So it's about 35 millimeters out. So I'm gonna call these 35 millimeter overs. I'm gonna make the cardboard about 40 millimeters out, so that way I have some rough foam to work with and kind of cut into shape. But yeah, let's get going. All right guys, so I just finished up this lower padding right here for the foam to rest on, and I also finished marking my reference points. So let me show you kind of how I did that. I went over here, lifted up the front of the truck with this jack, and then put the level on the back of the bed cap. As you can see, looks really good. Looks really good, obviously, it's gonna be the same. And then the laser is pointing right at the center of the wheel. So you can see a little divot in there. Let me block it with my hand. There you go. So that's right in the center. And this mark is my universe right now. So that's the wheel center line. And I want to know where the foam is going to end on this bed. So that's endpoint number 1. So 500 millimeters. And to keep symmetry, it's the same on the other side. Endpoint number 2. And then we have a remainder. So this is what's left, 370 millimeters. Same thing over here. And this is where the fender is going to end. And then also, if you see, the factory has, or as you can see, the factory has that swage line or character line, whatever you want to call it, that bulge right here. Well, the second I put foam over it, it's going to completely hide that. I won't be able to see it anymore. So I went ahead and marked that at 135 millimeters over here and over there. I'm going to be using this line right here, and a line level. We'll maybe use this, I'm not sure, but definitely this. And I just tape it to those 2 points while I'm carving the foam. That way I can make sure that I keep that nice factory line and it's at the same height, because I feel like it would look weird if it was lower or higher. And I want it to match the front, so. Oh man, it's super hot in here. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. And then as far as this point right here, I haven't quite decided yet what I'm gonna do. I think I would rather finish off the fender all the way around, but this might be something I might split the mold and put like a little flange on the mold that you can bolt to it. And the same thing over here. That way this section, this whole section right here is interchangeable between both sides, but just make 2 negatives for the end caps right here. So that way Depending on which side I'm making over fenders for, I can just bolt that negative to its corresponding side on this section piece. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, you get the idea. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get to laying the foam now. Let's get The first layer is done. Check it out. I think it looks pretty good for someone with little to no experience doing this stuff. No odd gaps or anything like that. So I went ahead and misted it with water. It says it helps it expand and cure a little bit better. It says it's supposed to be tack free in like 15 minutes, but I'm gonna give this thing 8 hours to dry. I'm gonna be patient with this step because the last thing I wanna do is start cutting into it and I hit like a gooey center that hasn't fully cured yet or anything like that. So I'm gonna let this cure up, and then if I need to add more, I'll add more and then I'll wait again. So it's a little bit of a waiting game, but no biggie. I'd rather do it right the first time. Cool, so it dried up. Everything is nice and firm. Let's see, maybe break off a piece and see if it's, yep, nice and dry on the inside. So turns out I should have probably focused a little bit more on the bottom because I could have gotten away with one can, but live and learn. So I'm gonna take another can, shake it up, and add a little bit more to the bottom, and then kind of maybe fill up towards the top a little bit more. I think I got enough at the top though, so yep. And here we are, 18 and a half hours later. The second layer of foam is cured. I feel very confident in shaping this. I'm just be using this bread knife over here and rasp. I'm gonna get a rough shape, and that's how I'm gonna conclude this episode, is just getting that nice rough outline of what it's gonna look like. And I'll start the next episode with all the detail work and maybe working on that swage line right there. So let's do it. That's gonna conclude this episode. I think I did a really good job of getting a rough shape. Obviously it's nowhere near done. I gotta bring the bottom in about 15 millimeters until it's flush with the tire. Put more of an angle right here. This swage or character line is way too far out, so it's gonna be probably somewhere right here. Then I'm gonna tie it all together. But that's gonna be for the next episode. I'm really tired. I'm about to go to sleep. I've been working on this thing kind of all day. So yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Cheers.